Hello, hello.
Hey, Jason.
How's it going?
Good, man.
Awesome. Let's just see here. Uh, Consolidate all my. Got too many tabs open. There we go.
Dude, every
Okay.
day.
Yeah. So how are you guys doing today?
Good. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, super good.
Emily, how did you fare with some of that stuff?
Well, last we I didn't have I thought the ball was in your court. So if I misunderstood that, I apologize.
Oh, for
y-
doing for which? Oh yeah.
um
What was I supposed to do? Oh yeah, testing that thing. I didn't get a chance to test
okay.
um that it was the workflow thing, right? To see if let me go back to that. If I go to reward tier automations, membership tiers. Sorry, we're getting ready to take my daughter has provincials this weekend for hockey and taking off this like as soon as the call's done here. And then everybody else took off yesterday. So I did not get a chance to status is active.
So I did I signed up a new member yesterday
Yeah,
and it is showing up on her account. So I know when it goes through,
yeah,
a
okay.
new person, that's working. The only thing I don't know is if it's not through the specific form that we're using, like the form that I have right now, maybe I just need to create a different form, is only for credit cards. So like I had a gal write a check for her annual membership. So then
Oh, okay.
having to so there's a few little wonky outside things on a new member, but I guess it's just like all these past 800 people that we have
Yeah.
to know what to do with or how to make that work. And if there's another
How
way that's easier, I'm totally open to what that will look like too.
all we need to do, like, so we were trying to include it in this other workflow, and then we were trying to do an if thing to see the thing is you're trying to filter out whether their status is active or not.
So the big let's go back for a moment just to make sure that
But
I'm
you
giving.
only have one membership with those people, right? So I wonder if it would be better if instead of saying specifying status is active and it's a particular product, they wouldn't be part of different tiers, right? They wouldn't be
Correct.
part of different subscriptions.
Correct.
So you could try just put somebody else through instead of saying status is active um and we specify it's for this product. Yeah, no, that wouldn't work though, because we want it, it's just do you tag them for each tier that they're on?
Yeah, so right now that was one of the things that I have been
Yeah.
working on is making sure that everybody is tagged correctly so that I can pull the report and see how many members are on which specific tier and the so the problem that I'm trying to solve is when I'm not here
Yep.
and my people are checking people in and out, they need to know who, if the person, if their credit card needs to be updated or if they're behind on their payment for whatever
Yep.
reason. Or yeah, so that's what I was trying to solve is having something in place to be able to trigger when we're checking them in and out, um, that happen. They are
So
aware of who's behind or who needs updated or,
do you think most people are tagged right now with the product that they're supposed to be on?
I would say 90% of them are tagged correctly.
Okay. So we could try instead of saying, okay, the status is active and um it's for a specific product, we could say status is active and their tags include one of
Okay.
the tags. You could try that. It might be a little more forgiving. Like, um, I don't like I haven't had a chance to try put somebody through and just send myself a notification or something like that. Um, and it's too bad, like when we go and look under subscriptions, that we can't, it's not telling us that what subscription they're subscribed to, right? Like it just tells them, well, it might. Yeah, it does, but it's like, I don't know why it would say that they're not subscribed to that product unless there's like some off chance that there's you had two different ones in there, or two different products with the same name, but I doubt
The
that.
only thing that I can think of, and this might be the case, but all of it's running through, I mean, this is still running through Stripe, but like sometimes in the past we've used the mobile version, but the products were all created in Go High Level,
Oh,
in the same, place. That's the only other thing that I could think of is that, we check them out using the mobile version, not a form with the product, but the
yeah.
product should still all be the same.
I wonder if we tried something like this where you tried it with the status is active. So their subscription status is active and but it's you know what it was saying though? Um it was saying
It was
right
showing
when
that,
it was saying it was failing
Mhm.
for is active.
But when we looked at her account in Go High Level, it was showing this subscription.
Right. So let's go GHL or a high level subscription. Blah, 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 action workflows. Do, 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 do. Let's just maybe see oh
The other thing I was wondering is there a way that we could set it up to where I could manually for a while, until we figure this out,
yeah.
get it automated? Is there a way that I could manually put that in
Oh
to
yeah. So like yeah. So all you what you would need to do again, um, just this one right here, subscription active.
Okay.
Um, you know what? Maybe it's tied off of because we're using the subscription trigger. Maybe that subscription one is tied off of this subscription trigger. So anytime the subscription gets changed or updated or modified for the contact, it triggers that subscription one. But because we're putting them through and we're not coming in through the subscription trigger, it's still showing it there because it's in the header there. But when the person comes through, because we're just adding them to the workflow, that it's not being triggered by that subscription trigger. Do you know what I mean? Because we were
Yeah, I
just
think
testing the
so.
workflow with them, so it
Mhm.
shows it in here, but it's not because it didn't come in that way. It doesn't work. So contact, yeah. We might have to be, you might have to do tags. You might have to, anyways, if you're just doing it this way. Regardless, let's forget about this for a second. Right here, the subscription active, you could do
Mhm.
this exact same thing in another workflow
Okay.
for membership tiers. The only problem is, or like you can get rid of this if here again, and then just have the go to. So if you add somebody to this workflow, and if they're not, like, so we can move this, let's just say, why is it not letting me move this? Do hope. I can't move it. Okay, whatever. Um, let's just delete everything from here. So that's clearly not going to work. And then let's just do another go to. What you would have to do though is be like, um, you can add people to this workflow for this, whatever tier it is. You would just need to know that they're active. Do you know what
I
I
don't
mean?
know.
So
Mm-mm.
like when you add somebody to this workflow, when you're adding them to this workflow, you would need to know that they're an active member.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Because what we were trying to solve was, is the person an active member? Do they have an active subscription? Or has their subscription already canceled and we don't know about it? Do you know what I mean? They haven't paid again.
Mhm.
So you could do it manually, but you would just need to know that person you would want to know that person is active, because unless you had them tagged somehow already that their subscription had lapsed or their subscription canceled.
Well, I do have them tagged. Like I would say, like there's still a chunk of the cancellation ones that we're working on,
Yeah,
but
it's just,
so
yeah, we're just trying to figure out whether they're
so
active or not, right?
well, yes, but with 800 people, that changes on a day-to-day, week.
I hear you. So but
So,
saying once they're in here,
uh-huh,
once they're in there, once the active ones are tagged already, then
uh-huh.
you're good. You don't have to
Okay,
do it again manually. What we're
okay,
trying to do is just get people who are active for this tier onto that tier in our
okay,
system. So that's all we're trying to do. The
okay,
active
okay.
ones get put
And
in
I
here. So any active ones that you have for the tier that you're working on here, you can put them through. And then now they're good. As long as they keep paying, it'll keep triggering that they've paid. And if they cancel, it should automatically remove them because they
got it.
cancel. It's just you
Okay.
need to get them in our system like in our system tagged as, they're active on this tier.
Okay. So then, okay, I can do that. That should be pretty easy. So I could basically just go in and filter the list with a tag and then put that whole list through this workflow and that should get them for that tier. And
Yeah.
I can do that with every tier. Okay. So then
Yeah. So if
next,
you have them, you filter the list with tagged of people who are active, put them through here. It will automatically add them to this tier. And
can
then now when they pay, it'll get updated. And when they cancel, their tier will get canceled.
Okay. I'm gonna go and check that with the one that we tried the other day, but so that won't matter if like the one that we tried with I think her name was Dorian Green
Yeah.
and it was showing that it wasn't active. Do we know why that's not gonna
Oh
matter
yeah.
now?
The reason why I was saying it wasn't active, and I just thought of this is because we were just adding them to this workflow. So we have these subscription triggers up here. And anytime their subscription is active or canceled, or you have different options as well for subscription. But because they weren't automatically being triggered to come in here from the subscription trigger, because they didn't enter the workflow through one of these triggers, the subscription if else down here wouldn't work because it didn't have the data.
But
So
now
anytime they come in where it's activated or canceled, or there's other options too, then it'll activate that subscription action in here, and then it'll go through.
okay. So,
Then it would work. But because we were just testing it, um it didn't come the subscription
didn't
action wasn't
yeah, okay.
activatable, although
But
it showed it.
Okay, but what we're saying is that if I go and create just this one, the subscription active on this second level here, just that
Yeah.
in a separate workflow for every single tier that I have for all the existing people
You can
and
you
put them
can
through
if you
that.
just Yeah, if you just change your workflow to be this, get rid of that if statement there and just do a go to that goes to this update contact field right
Mm-hmm.
here. You don't have to create a different workflow. You can just add everybody to this workflow
Okay.
and it'll automatically go through the none one here. And you just want to make sure that the people that you're adding to it are people who are active.
Okay, I'm gonna go test that right now.
Okay,
And see if I
that'll work for
can.
you. That's where the way we originally started it. I originally did it yesterday, but then we were like, okay, well, can we filter out who's active and not active,
Okay.
right? And I thought
So,
that would work, but
so I guess then my next question would be in the leaderboard, there's gonna be people who have canceled. What do
I will
is
have to add. I think I'll have to add something in the leaderboard if
so
well
here's
if
my
they've
other,
yeah, okay. Your next question, sorry.
not gonna duplicate any of the contacts, right? It's just gonna
No,
update them that are already in there.
yeah, it just updates the
Okay.
contact that's in
Okay.
there.
Okay.
And then you might want to add a tag here under like subscription canceled to do your subscription canceled tag or something like that. And then same thing that you have here. So you have subscription active or whatever to your member. You might want to say like canceled or something like that in or remove that tag when their subscription is canceled. And then I'm gonna ask you to do one more thing for me.
Okay, you're
Um,
getting your we're going too many
all right.
steps
All right.
together.
I'm gonna ask you to do one more thing for me, which is um, remove these emails and stuff from here, or remove the internal notifications, because every time somebody goes through your thing, I'm getting an email.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna delete them from here because I had them in there for testing and it was sending me emails, but I'm getting like 5 emails a day, um, telling me that somebody went through your thing.
Oh, okay.
And I'll have to get other people to do that too if they did it. But it keeps coming up Emily at Switch Society
Got
um,
it. Okay.
as a notification. So you
I
can
can
change it just to
go.
your own email or
Okay.
just remove
Okay.
them or whatever
Okay.
because it'll send you a notification then anytime someone's active or someone cancels kind of
Okay.
thing. So
Yeah. Okay.
right now it's emailing me.
I am gonna go fix that right now. And yeah, I'm gonna go see if I can figure this whole thing out.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Very cool. Chris, do you have any questions today?
Hey,
How are things rolling?
good, buddy. Good. Hey, if you wouldn't mind, I need a little guidance
Yep.
on that Friday workflow that we were talking about.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate it, and I'll share
Oh
here, and
yeah.
hopefully it's real quick and simple for
Yeah,
us.
it's an easy one. I uh
Okay.
I wasn't sure if I'd convey it correctly through text.
No, you did, and it's cool. And I started to build it, and I thought, you know what, something's not making sense to me. So I just want to clarify. I didn't know what my original. So this is the actual Friday workflow. I think this is number two on the one that we talked about.
Okay.
And what I was trying to do is just, what is my trigger?
No
What would
trigger.
my trigger? No trigger.
You don't need a trigger. Um, you would have to
Okay.
like so when contacts come in, you would add them
Yeah.
to the reminder workflow, and then you're just adding people back and forth between the reminder workflows, so there's no triggers. You
Would you
could,
mind walking me through it,
yep.
just so I do it right? And hold on one second here, and
I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
you could have a trigger like when somebody gets tagged with something, you could automatically add them to the reminder, which
Okay.
is fine, but you don't need to have a trigger.
Okay. So I think this is trigger number two, which is the Friday reminder. So in here, I would, and forgive me here, I got to move my screen around a little bit. Okay. So in here, I would add a day. Oh man.
This is the one that's going to send a message out.
Yeah, you just tell me what I need to do,
Okay,
and I'll do it. Yeah.
so yeah, it's so basically we're creating here. You know what? I like whiteboards for a second. Let me just whiteboard
Okay.
it, and then it'll probably make more sense. All right, we got two workflows. Workflow one, workflow two. In workflow one, we're going to send the SMS. Okay,
Okay.
this is the SMS that's going to be sent. This
Okay.
one here, workflow two, we're going to have a wait, and this is going to be a wait for the like for Friday or whatever.
Okay.
Okay. So this is just going to be Friday at 9 a.m. Okay. So when people get added to here, they're going to come in here. There's going to be a wait for Friday at 9 a.m. Then we're just going to do add to workflow, add to workflow, and that's going to add them to this workflow. Okay. And
Okay.
then this
Got
one
it.
here is going to send the SMS. And then here, right after we send the SMS, we're going to have another add to workflow.
It's going to
And
send
then
them
we're
right
going to
back.
send them back here. So what's going to happen is they'll come in here. It'll wait for Friday at 9 a.m. It'll go down. It'll say add to workflow. It'll send over here. It'll go over here. It'll send out whatever SMS you're sending. Then
Okay.
after it sends the SMS, it'll go here and then they'll wait for the next Friday.
Okay.
So it's
I'm
just
gonna.
like adding go to at the bottom and then having it go back up to the top. But the problem with doing the go to and adding back up to the top, you just create a loop and high level will see that and then they'll shut your workflow off. If you do it this way with the two different workflows, it can go forever and you won't have an issue.
Got it.
So
Got it.
so every time like so you let's say, oh, that's a big marker. New subscriber, you get a new subscriber, you add them to this work.
Right.
Okay, so and then they're just waiting for the next Friday's message. They'll get
It.
the initial messages that they get that are like, "Hey,
Yeah.
welcome to the thing. Here's your offer. Here's how you get this." But now they're going to go into this workflow and they're going to wait. It's going to put them in the cycle to wait for the next Friday. And then after when the
Got it.
next Friday hits, it's going to send out whatever SMS you have in here.
Okay. I think I got that. The but there again, I don't have to assign the second workflow to anything. It'll automatically get assigned by the way we're creating it, correct?
Yeah,
Correct?
because this add to workflow, the
Yeah.
add to workflows are going to be adding them to the other workflow. The only
Just
one you
kicking
want
back.
to, yeah, the only you could have a trigger on this first one if you wanted to, like, say we get a new subscriber, and instead of doing add to workflow over here, you could just tag them with something, and then when they get tagged here, we have a trigger looking for the tag. But because we have like multiple different
Yeah.
ways that people can come in,
Yeah.
um, it might not be the best way to do that.
Okay.
Um, I know that just yeah, on a when any whenever somebody subscribes, and you might have like if you're doing the default, those different ones, you might want to add a different, or you could just tag them in each one of those too. Um, you just have to go into each one of those workflow and tag them as, a subscriber or something if you want to trigger them coming into this one.
But I don't need to.
You don't need to, but you would need to have some way. You need to have under a new subscriber, however they're coming in, you'd have to do an add to workflow then. Okay. So new subscriber comes in, you can either tag them
Okay.
and put a trigger up here. This would be the trigger tag for that
Okay.
specific, for that specific, because it's going to be the same, right? It doesn't matter how they come in. We're just tagging them. Um,
Okay.
the tag could trigger off this one just to get them into the workflow, or your other option is to do an add to workflow down here after they come in. So those are the two options for getting them into this workflow. You just need to get them into the
Okay.
first one, and then it'll run automatically for you every Friday.
Okay. So I can tag them. Okay. I think I grasp it. Um, I've created one workflow.
Yeah, and I mean you can share now, and then I will.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just. I think this saves when I do that. I think it puts it into chat.
That's awesome if
Yeah,
it does. Does
yeah,
it?
it does.
Awesome. Okay. Cool. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, great.
And then if you want to share it, we can just build it right here.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I
Sorry
just
to do
wanted to
this
do
to
that
you.
so
I'm just trying to
you
figure it
can
out.
visually see
Yeah, no, I
what
get
the
it.
workflows
I
were.
screenshotted that and it helped. Okay, let me this is probably so fundamental for you. I'm sorry. There we go.
No, it's like an important part. It's like an important piece of workflows though, learning
Okay,
how to do this because we use it so often for reminders and all that kind of stuff, or
right,
like we use it all the time for like what we call cool off periods. So if somebody earns points for taking an action, then
right.
we wanna then we'll tag them and then we'll make them wait for 24 hours or whatever, and then we remove the tag and add them back. So or whatever, so it allows them to.
Got it.
Yeah,
I think
it's
that
like
makes sense.
it's the only decent way you can make a loop inside of high level because their go-to tag um will always and it's you know what it's mhm.
So if I remember correctly here, we're going to be doing this is the second one.
Yeah,
I
this is
did
the
number
weight.
one. This is the wait. Okay, so we're going to wait till Friday. Wait, wait for um,
Do actually close that. Can you
okay.
click on advanced window? Just scroll down just a little bit. Nope, open that back
Oh,
up.
I'm sorry about that. There we go.
Oh no, just do
Oh
wait.
no, I'm sorry. Wait, forgive me.
Click on
Advanced
advanced
window.
window.
Oh, okay, so we're gonna wait
So
till
we want it only till Friday.
right, and then I want it
And
to go
then
out around 12:40. Whoops, 12:45 p.m. Oh, forgive me. Here we go. 12:45. Okay,
yeah, that's
got.
fine. So
And that's it, right? That's all I need
yeah,
there.
yeah. So essentially, yeah, you can say wait for a minute or whatever if you wanted to add like a an actual little bit of
Oh,
time there.
oops, what happened here? Um,
Yeah, because like I mean, you can say wait for 24 hours or whatever, or you could like no, if you just go up to see where it says wait 0 minutes.
oh, yeah.
No, yeah,
Oh, I
right
see.
there. Yeah, just say like a couple minutes or whatever.
Okay,
And
got
then
it.
it won't it'll resume on Friday at 12:45.
Got it.
So then
Okay.
save that, and then do plus, yeah, and then say add to workflow, and then select your other workflow.
Okay, and that was called should
Oh,
forget
you
what
just
I
passed it.
named. Did I? Thank you.
A little bit more right there.
Ready SMS number one. Save action.
Yep.
Okay. Save. And then I go back to my other one and I say send a Friday reminder.
Hmm.
Okay. It's
And then we'll just do one more thing. So go do
okay.
that.
Um, Friday. Oops. No, that was wrong. Forgive me. Clicked the wrong one. And then we'll do
Weird how it zooms in so far, hey?
uh, add to workflow. Select. Where
You
is
could
it?
probably,
Friday.
yeah, type Friday.
Friday reminder.
Yep.
Save action.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and then make sure you publish them both too.
Okay.
Okay. And then
Got it.
hit save again. The
Okay.
other one's not published yet, but so if we go
Okay.
back to our flows, go to okay, so now let's say VIP subscriber restaurant promotions, the first one up at
Yep.
the top. So there, so we've got add to default campaign. So in here, click on that. So, um, so add, just click on add tag, see where it says like, uh, yeah,
Add tag.
just down a little bit right there. Actually, you know what? I think there's, yeah, okay. So we have this one tagged as VIP member.
Uh-huh.
I think everybody gets tagged as VIP member when they come in through the promotions.
Okay.
So every workflow, those four or five campaigns, tag them all as VIP member. So if you click cancel and then get out of
Okay.
this workflow and then go back to the Friday, the one with the wait step,
Okay.
yeah, hit back.
Oops, I'm sorry, back. Here we go. Back. And then Friday.
Yeah, I think it's that one.
Reminder. This
And
one's
then
a
for the
wait.
trigger for this one, you can add a trigger, then do tag, contact tag. Yeah, there you go. So add filter, tag added, and then look up VIP member.
Oops, sorry. Oh, man.
There you go. Okay, so anytime they're tagged with VIP member, they'll automatically get added to this reminder workflow, and then it'll wait for Friday to send out a message.
Awesome. So that's
I would just go and I don't know if we have they're being tagged VIP member. I think they are. Yeah, I think it should be fine. And then you just want to make sure you publish it. Just want to
okay.
see something quick on my side or here, and then I can tell you. Um, form submitted. We had I think we have. There is. We have I know there's a workflow in here so that when you like text the word VIP or whatever to the phone number, it will fire. Let's go text. Oh, text to subscribe. And I feel like, let's just see how that one works. Yeah. Yeah. So you should be good
Okay.
there.
And
So
the link I'll include in that Friday email would be which link?
the link to promotions page.
Your promotions page. Okay.
So you go to
Great.
marketing, go to marketing. There's a
Forgive me.
trigger
There
link
we go.
already built for
Got
it.
it. Oh, okay.
So go to trigger links and it is smart promotions page or link to promotions page. They're both the same. I don't know why we have
Okay.
two in there.
So I'll copy that and paste that in the.
When you actually go, if you go when you go to create your email, you can just select it right from
Oh,
like
okay.
the
Un,
trigger
un,
links.
under the
Yeah.
trigger link.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
when you go to create your email that you're
Yep.
sending out, just
Yep.
like custom values, they have a drop down list of trigger links. You
Okay.
can do that. So whether it's SMS or email, you can do that. And
Cool.
yeah,
I'm just not that familiar with trigger links, so I appreciate it.
So trigger
Awesome.
links, yeah, so trigger links allow you to track when somebody clicks. You can trigger other workflows off a trigger link click too. So if you're doing something where you're like, want to join our next webinar or next thing, click here. Just click the link below and we'll add you. So then they can click the link and it'll fire off fire off a workflow from
Okay.
that trigger link click. Or like you can get analytics and statistics and stuff like that. And then the nice thing about it is you can make like one trigger link and have custom values and stuff in there as well to pass variables over.
Awesome.
So
That
they're
makes sense.
powerful. They're powerful little things.
Awesome deal, man. Thank you,
Yeah,
as always.
you're
Saved
welcome.
my rear end
Awesome.
on that one.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, that's good. The only reason why I haven't added that one in as like a default
Yeah.
thing, I don't know when, or I just kind of thought, well, I don't know if everybody wants to send on a specific day all the time. So I've been trying to figure out what would be a cool way to make it easy. I know there's been a few people who wanted to set this specific thing up, so it's probably makes sense for me just to add it into. Um, because it is a useful thing. And then I'd like to have something we could trigger off from like a custom value or something. Um, I wish that high level made it easy, but they don't. But that'll work for you anyways.
Perfect.
I'm just gonna jump
Perfect.
over to Emily real quick. I know
Thank you,
Joel
man.
just
No, all
raised his
set.
hand.
Thank you,
Uh,
sir.
you're welcome. You're welcome. Emily, did you have how did that
Yeah,
work?
real quick question. So it is working. What it's
Chris, I'll
showing.
get you to can stop sharing. There you go. Okay.
What it is showing is that, and this, I just wanted to make sure this is what it's supposed to show. It's showing like anybody that I put in there says that they were, that it was recharged today. So the 20th, it's showing March 20th.
Okay.
So my question is, do you think that as long as I get everybody, on, and I know like, okay, everybody on this membership we put in on this day, now
Right.
anything moving forward, when it is triggered the correct way, will update? Like,
Yeah.
so,
So
okay,
when they go and pay, when their payment goes through, it will trigger it. If it gets canceled, it should update it for the day that it was updated, or it'll remove
okay,
it'll move their subscription
okay.
from the thing.
And do we know what it's going to look like when their subscription is removed? Like it'll just show
It'll
blank.
show no subscription.
Nothing. Okay, that's good to know. And then the other question that I had is, I did go through and change the email addresses in there, but
Okay.
I don't have, so is it going to be weird or not work if I have my email address in both of those places, like where it's coming from and where it's going to? Because I don't know what other email address, like, should I
Um,
create a whole nother email address just for that?
Is that the same email address that you're using in your system? Like in your to send out all the messages and stuff? And you have it, is that the same email? Like you use that as a custom domain too, as in there? You should be fine.
Okay.
You should be all right. Yeah.
So it's going to send
As
me a
long,
notification every time somebody processes.
yeah. So it was sending to me, like I was getting them fine. Um, yeah, every time somebody processes, like every time somebody, like I'll show you, um, oh yeah, right here. So,
So I could set it up so that there was a tag if it got canceled, that they get tagged the way that
yeah,
we,
yes. Yeah.
okay.
So here, this is the message I was getting from you. So is mail.switchsociety.org. Um, it says, "Hey Jason, subscription active for this person."
Okay,
So
so okay, so I could use that one, the mail.switchsociety.org, and then my Emily at, or I could use the mail in both of those places.
what you should be doing, yeah, you should be sending it from Emily at mail.switchsociety.org. So if this is the custom domain that you set up to send emails from, you should be sending at Emily at mail.switchsociety.org from high level. So the emails coming out of high level should have this here. And you can have people reply to that as well, and then it'll go into high level. But you can also have the reply emails go to your own email if you want.
It
Uh,
is going to my own email. Okay, that might be something that I need
it'll just
to.
help for deliverability if
Okay,
you use this domain for your sending, because some people will block it or some servers will block it if it doesn't have the right if it doesn't
okay,
have if you're using two different ones. So this is
okay.
the one you have set up in high level with all the DNS entries and all that kind of stuff. See, like just right here, that's the same thing. That's what I'm sending from. Instead of
Mhm.
instead of powertools.com, it's m.jhlpowertools.
Yeah.
Same thing. So you want to just make sure any emails that you're sending out are using this uh, end of your email. You just want to make sure you're doing that from high level
Okay.
for everything.
I need to change. Okay, so can I just make sure that I'm understanding that correctly and just
Yep.
share that? Okay. So on this internal notification, it should be that, not this.
Yeah, put m just put mail dot in front of it.
Oh, okay.
There.
And then same thing on this one?
No, if you have if you have your email for switchsociety.org somewhere else, like that's your main email, just leave that like that.
Okay.
So because
Okay.
it's come from you're sending from Emily like from this server to your other to your other email server, and it's just this will just make sure that it gets delivered. And you want to make sure you're doing this for all your other emails as well. Um, when you're sending out to customers. Too,
Okay.
just to make sure it doesn't end, you're trying to we're trying to make it so it doesn't end up in the spam, right?
Okay. Yeah, I
Spam
definitely
or
changed.
promotions.
Okay. 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 So, that's okay. I think I can go through now and set up all the tiers to match and then we'll oh, nope, I think that's all I had for right now.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna
Awesome.
go while we're on here.
Awesome. All right. Let's jump over to Joel. Joel, how are things today?
Hey man, how you doing? How do you both
Doing
of
good.
you? Hope you're doing good.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know you see my video that I sent,
Oh,
but I can explain to here really
yeah.
quick.
No, I don't think I saw it.
It's okay. So pretty much I have. Let me share my screen really quick.
Yes.
So this is what happened, right? Let me just see. Uh, on this part, this person, this client, this is one of my clients, right?
Okay.
And then he went to the company setup. He clicked right here, and I want to show you what happened here on the ID. Is not the, oh, now it's detecting his no his ID, but it was detecting mine. So he changed everything on my website, the logo, the logo, and everything
Oh,
else, and he changed it on my website. So when I came back to my website, it's like, what the hell happened? And I see different colors and different logo and different everything. Like, wow.
yeah. I
So right now,
think
I remove it from the height so I can test see this was what it was happening. But if I
yeah.
go back, for example, I don't know how that happened. Let me
I
just
don't know
go
how that
right here,
happened either.
refresh, and let me actually go to my the one that actually changed, which is this one, right?
Because if he
If
did
I
it on his
go,
computer, like it shouldn't affect it. Like it shouldn't.
I know that
I
was
don't know
very
how it
weird.
would pull in something different.
Like right here, it has my thing, but then
That one's
actually it
correct.
did it before, but I don't know how it changed. But I was here and I saw my ID. It didn't change it on his side. Oh, right here. Always when you want to show something live, it's not working. But anyways, well now it's changing. But yeah, I changed the whole thing. I show you in the video actually how it
Okay.
looks my website and everything, and then I changed everything using the form, and he changed it on my website normal.
Yeah.
And I checked his website, and it didn't change. So at least for that side, we're good. I don't know what do you think that happened. What do you think that was
I
the
have no idea because it's supposed to pull in from like your custom. No,
from
because it's working
here, right?
here. It's
Yeah, it's
working
here.
here,
Like,
and I
it's right
don't
here,
even
and
know
it's
how
the
he would get your location ID. Like if you go to the custom menu link you set up, like let's just
the custom menu.
so like
What do you mean?
okay, scroll up, mouse over like pre-onboarding. Don't click on it, just mouse over it. Okay, so it's got
Yeah,
the
it's
right
pulling
location
the.
ID there. So company setup, click company setup, or just mouse over it. Just looking at the bottom.
Yeah, right there too. It's
Yeah, so
still
it
there.
has the same L, right
The
LID.
email has everything, has the whole thing.
Yeah, and then the next one. Yeah, and then
Yeah,
review setup is the same too. Let's see.
yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, so I have no idea how he would have got. So right
Yeah.
click on company setup, right click on it and say open a new tab. Delete. Oh, okay. I I wonder if
Did
for
he
some
open it like
reason,
that?
I wonder if for some reason that the location ID didn't get passed or something like that, or somehow it didn't go into the the form. You know what I mean? Like if he would have, let's say for example, okay, so the last person to update, the way we have it set up is because we're using a dummy contact, right? And that dummy contact has a location ID that gets filled out every time. You know what I mean? It has the custom field that gets updated, the location ID, that first one in there.
Yeah,
So
it's right here.
if for some reason that location ID field didn't get updated when he came to this, like it was blank, and he clicked submit, the way we have the workflow set up, it would grab the old location ID from the custom field and
Mm.
update. So to prevent that, one, we could probably put a condition on the form that says if that's um, empty, then don't submit you can't, you might be able to do say like if that location ID is empty, then don't submit the form. The other thing is the other thing that might just be easier to
Required.
yeah, required. Like if there's no location ID there, then
But then I cannot hide it. If I
um
require, then I cannot hide it. I usually hide it
yeah,
like
okay.
that. I mean, it's the
So
first thing that happens, so I don't know.
yeah, no, but that's what I could think would happen if for some reason the location ID didn't get picked up or he submitted the form before or something weird, or maybe he deleted it. No, he couldn't have deleted it if you have it hidden. Um,
Yeah, you cannot touch it.
so the only thing we could do in that case, we could probably go into the work like um I know there's conditions you can do that say if that's empty. I don't know if you can do the condition on the form.
Maybe here.
Um, but what we could probably do is on the workflow, on the workflow is for submitting that form in your Studio Profit Pro one. When they submit that form, when after they're done submitting the form, um, make that location ID blank, delete it. That way, if somebody submits it again and there's no location ID, it doesn't update yours. It'll send a trigger to ours, but it'll say we can even put an if in there to see. So just yeah, find that one.
Is this one? No, it's
Yeah.
not this one.
So okay.
It's not that one. It's No, it's not this.
Oh, that one wasn't triggered before either.
No. I forget how I put it here.
Yeah, happens to me all the time.
Maybe here. It's not this, right? No. This is for the to send the information on the.
Do you still have
Mm,
that? Do you have that? Do you have that workflow in this one, or do you have it in a? Is it in a different
yeah,
sub account
I
still?
believe I pull it from here. Let me just double check. Uh, I for the campaign is pulling it from from Studio Profit Pro.
Okay.
So I have to have the form here, right? Oh my God, so many forms. Or a little bit like blank.
Here, let's just 1 second. Let me jump back. Okay.
Uh, I don't remember where I have the.
If I can see on my side.
The cycles, no. I have to have the automation here, right?
Yeah. Well, it's either if it's in that that's the same one you have the form in, right?
Yeah, according to this here, I pull in the things
Okay. Okay, according to
unless it's
that,
on the other one.
unless you have it in a different because you had them in different
Maybe it's here on the premium because that's like the mayor. Nope, nope.
no.
Oh my goodness. I
Okay,
feel like very
let me see.
organized.
That happens to me all the time. Might have just been renamed something. Let's go.
I'm pretty sure I have it here. No, it's not this. I'm sure it's.
I think I've got it's the NT24.
I cannot search by form, right?
I don't know.
I cannot believe it. I cannot find it.
Oh, let's see here.
Ay, ay, ay. Maybe that's the problem.
Well, it's got triggered somewhere.
But it
Let's
has
just
a trigger,
I
right?
can see it here.
Because I
Form
definitely have
next.
this form
Oh, there's
here.
form next cycle update values. That's a different one. That's the next cycle one. Let's go. Let's see. I'm gonna do a search for this here. Yeah,
This is the person that actually fill it up. You see, I can tell the history of who fill it up things.
Yeah.
It looks like he fill it up and it has his ID. He didn't have mine. Mine is this.
It
But
keeps,
I don't know why I feel.
does it keep triggering? I see a bunch of next cycle.
Yes, because these people updated every month that one.
Okay.
A bunch, you mean a lot of forms of that?
Yeah, I'm just looking for that specific
I cannot
workflow.
see here where they fill it, right? What is the trigger here? Maybe, or maybe I got.
From that location, he's just triggering the update, the next cycle one, I think. And that's specifically for that sub account. Next cycle, that's literally the only one that's been updated in here.
It looked like he updated the company address and the class and the email, the logo.
Wonder if, but it can all be triggered from the same workflow.
Hmm.
Onboarding, update, custom values, dynamic forms. Do that one. Update, look for dynamic forms.
¿Dónde? Where?
Update custom values, dynamic forms in your automations.
What do you mean? I type it here? Or
No, go to automations
ah,
and type in dynamic right there.
all right.
Because it's the same different, it doesn't matter as long as the thing is on there. So installation, you may delete one, setup, webhook, update custom values. Let's just add a thing. So click plus underneath webhook. Oh, no, under the webhook, click the plus to add a new action. There, click on update contact field. There, add field, and then select the location ID one. Their ID there, and then just make it blank.
Make it blank.
Yeah. I think that's what you can do. I think you can just try hit save, see if it'll let you just make it blank,
It will not let you.
or just put 1, 2, 3 in there. Doesn't matter. And then hit save action. And then before this, click the plus before the webhook. Yeah, do if, and then go if else. And then we're just gonna check to see if LID equals 1, 2, 3. So then select, yeah, contact details, LID. Is 1, 2, 3. Save action. Oh, actually, you know what? Go back to it. Go back to the condition and then say is not 1, 2, 3.
So what is this doing?
Okay, and then click on webhook, just one more thing, and let's just check this, and then I'll explain it. Yeah, okay. So what this is going to do is when the form is filled out, it's going to check to see if, add one more condition for me first. So what it's going to do is,
I mean, one more
yeah, so
branch.
do
Or
that,
one more?
click, change and, see where it says and, change that to or, and then do plus, and then put LID again. You should be able to type it in again. There you go. And then put is not empty. Or you can just yeah, just do is not empty. There you go. And then save action. Oh, maybe put no. So we want it to be just 1 second. I'm just thinking. Is not 1, 2, 3, and it's not empty. Yeah, okay. So sorry, delete that last one we put, and then we're gonna change it to and because we want to say it's not 1, 2, 3, and it's not empty. So we want it to go through, but I'm pretty sure this is the right, and it's not empty. So when it comes here, if it's not empty 1, 2, 3, and the LID is not empty, then yeah, okay, just hit save. Okay. And then so what we're going to do is when somebody comes through, it's going to check the workflow to see if its LID is not empty and it's not 1, 2, 3. If that passes, it's going to go to the it's going to go down the left side and it'll update the webhook. And then what we're going to do is right after it sends to update the webhook, it'll send the details over to our server, and then it's going to reset the location ID to be 1, 2, 3. That way, if for some reason the location ID on that form is blank, which means the location ID wouldn't have been updated, then the location ID will still be 1, 2, 3 when they come through here. Do you know
Hmm.
what I mean? And
But
then
I guess it,
so it'll just prevent it from updating somebody else's site.
even though the field looks like was full, but with mine,
But if it was hidden on his end, how would you know?
because he changed everything on my page, on
Right,
my
but
website completely
but what I'm
changed.
saying is because you're using the same contact. Remember we created one contact and you're passing that email address back and forth.
Yes, yes.
We're using one contact. So if you fill out the form once, it'll have all your contact details in there. If somebody fills that in that form again, but the location ID is blank, it will use the old location ID to update the new spot because it's pulling that old field. So now we're just replacing that field after the form gets filled out to reset it. And then we're checking to see, hey, was that field, the location ID, was that reset? And if it was
Mm.
reset, then, or if it's reset and it's not a new location ID, then we're not letting the update to go through.
So as soon as they finish, they will be reset to 1 to 3. So that will
Yeah.
trigger this to change it for the new
Yeah,
one.
so
No.
there's no chance of it accidentally updating your location afterwards or the
Yeah, yeah, and
previous
that happens
location.
because I'm using the same contact.
Yeah, because that location ID field gets stored in your contact record inside of high level. And because you're using the same contact, if there
Mm.
wasn't a location ID there, it would have grabbed the old one and updated that location.
You know what? Actually, yes, because I noticed that sometimes I say when they make, let's say when they book a call with me or something like that, I redirect to another page, say, hey, thank you, Jason, for booking your call, and I will see you on the
Yeah,
blah, 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 and the next page. And sometimes retains the names of the last person. So that
right.
happens with the name too. Because I
Okay,
have,
yeah.
yeah, so I don't know. So it has to do something
It's
with
because you're
like
using that
using
same
the
contact.
same.
It's because you're using that same
Most of the people
contact.
using that method, or they using something different.
Um, I don't know. Um, I know there's people who I think you're the first person who's used that method. Otherwise, people are just getting updated contacts, blank contacts created in their system. Or it'll update the contact if they were in there before. Like you could pass their email address and stuff. But I think this way will
If I
work. It's
remove the
just,
contact, it will create a new contact every time.
yeah, which you don't want.
Yeah, it will be like over and over so many.
I think this will work for you. I would test it out
Let
and
me
just
test
and
it.
just see.
Let me try it, and the people.
Yeah, the other option is making that field required and not hiding it. The location ID, the sub account ID, making it not making it required and not hidden. That way, that way they can't submit the form if they don't have their location ID in there. their sub account ID. It's
Yeah,
just like a. I think this will work though.
let me try like that, and if it works,
Okay.
I will let you know.
All
But
right.
if
I gotta
something
jump.
happen, I'll let you know too.
Okay, I gotta jump off because I'm hitting the road here in about 10 minutes to head to Vancouver for hockey for the weekend. So you guys take care and we'll talk to you guys soon, okay? If you guys have anything, just yeah, send me a message or ideally throw it in the Slack channel there and we'll try to get to it as soon as I
Sounds
can.
good.
All right. Okay,
Thank